So today we'll learn how to create custom list and how to use auto list that is available in Excel for us. Okay, so this is one of the very useful options in Excel. Let me show you. See, you can create auto populated lists like this using auto list option in Excel. Now let me type a month name. Let's say type August. So it could be in uppercase or lowercase, half name of the month, full name of the month. So it works in all these types. I just typed a name of a month, and at the corner of the cell selection, I have a small square. So when I hover my mouse on it, it will change to a plus symbol. So this is known as autofill handler. Now when you drag it, holding your left mouse button, you have to drag it in order to create a list like this. So you can see you can keep on dragging it to other cells and it will create a list of this kind. See over here, it, it hits the end of the list and again it starts from the beginning. So it works in a cyclic order like this. And you could use this option to auto populate month names, week names, quarters, creating a list of serial numbers or any series of numbers, let's say for that matter. And you can use this to also create some mock data. Now let me show you all these with examples. Now suppose I gave this as SUN Sunday, uh, a half name of the week. So I just started with Sunday and I dragged it. You can see here. So again, this also works in any case, so that is uppercase or lowercase, and you could be typing in the full name of the week as well. So quarter, again, this also works for Q1, QTR1, quarter 1, and when you drag it, it will populate only till 4 quarters. You can see the other things. So it will again repeat. Once it reaches this Q4, again it will repeat from Q1. Now product list. See, this is any list, where it contains a text followed by a number. See, this can be used to create a mock data. So whenever you have to show some mock data, so what is it? See, you don't want to show your actual data to someone. You just want to say this is how the data looks like. So a lookalike data is known as mock data. You could be using these auto lists to prepare it really quick. Now let me show you. I have my company's product list, let's say, or course list. I don't want to disclose all the courses. Let's say I'll just mention course 1, and if I drag it, it will just create a list like this. And this number could be anything, guys. Say I'll give here 1105. Now if I drag it, you can see it will create a series like this. So any text for that matter, not only this, you can be typing any text over here followed by a number and you drag it, it will give you series of the same. Now suppose I would like to create serial numbers. So you have had this difficulty before providing the serial numbers. See, when you are using the auto list with numbers, you should be seeing that you provide at least two numbers. These two numbers are compulsory so that it will identify the difference between these two numbers and the same series is going to continue. Now let me show you. So I have given 1, 2 and I'm going to drag it. You can see the difference between the other two numbers will also remain the same. So 4 and 5, 5 and 6. So this is common. And let's say I give some random thing. 23, 43. So there is 20 numbers difference. You can see here, it will give me the series of the same. So in whichever series you provide, you would like to see, you can provide this. So these things are already available in Excel, you are making use of it. Suppose you wanted the same kind of option for your own data. Let's say you have list of employees or team members or some services that you provide. So there are so many things wherein we repeat the text or some values in our reports or some other places. So what do? We go for the main file where where we have the contents of all of these. We'll create a copy. So we'll first copy that and paste it in a file which we want to create the report, and again use it. This is a long process. So if I want it immediately, I should be able to get it just like the way we are seeing this auto list. Now, how to create that? Let us see. I have two examples over here. So we have list of alphabets and countries. Now, I want these alphabets to work just like all the other auto lists that we saw here. And let me show you how to prepare a custom list. Custom because you are creating it. Okay. So first of all, you need to go to File tab. You need to click on Options, go to Advanced, and scroll down till you find General section. See, this is the General section. And over here, you will find Edit Custom Lists. Click on it. So you will find these are the list auto lists that are available to us in Excel. They have all kinds of week names, month names, all those things that you will be able to see here. And you can also see you are unable to edit it. You are unable to edit those lists. You can see here. It is all grayed out. You don't have any option to add any data to it or even delete the list for that matter. Now, suppose you want to create a custom list. You need to first click on new list. Either you could be typing the values like this, or if you have the values ready in an Excel sheet, you could also import it. Now let me import because I have the list ready. So let's click on this. I'll select the list of alphabets and I'll click on import. The job is done. I don't have to click on add again. So this add is used only when you type the values. So here, since we imported the list, you don't have to add it again. You just say okay, another okay. Now let's see if it is created. Now I type any one of the alphabets. Let's say Y. You can see here, you could either drag it downwards like this or this way, and let's say in the opposite direction. In any direction you drag it, it still works. So if you drag it towards left side or upside, it will print the list in the reverse order. So if you drag it down or right, it will print the values in the uh, you know the series the way it is present in the original order how the list is present. See, the advantage here is you don't have to remember the first item in the list. You could be typing any list item, just drag it and it will populate for you. So once you create this custom list, it will be available for you to use it in any file you have on your system. And I repeat this is available only in your system because these are all the system settings that you change. Once you share this file to someone, it is not going to be available for them. They could be seeing the list values, but they cannot use the option the way you used to. They cannot drag and get the values, but they can see the values that you have already populated in the file. Okay. So these are the things that you have to keep in mind. Now let me show you how to create this countries list as well. I should show you something interesting here. See, I showed you how to go to File tab, take options, then going to Advanced and those things. Now let me give you a shortcut to open this Excel options window that we saw previously. So the shortcut is Alt T O. You need to press one button at a time. Okay, it is Alt T and then O. So let me press that. Alt T O. I get this window. Now I'll take advanced. I'll again scroll down, take edit custom list. See, I am going to import the list of countries that are available here. I'll select the entire list and import it and then say OK. Suppose now let me go here and I'll just copy these values. So one of the country values I'll copy and paste it here. Now when I drag it, you see, since we have created the list, it's going to appear for me. Now let me drag it further. Just to check if the values are matching and if all these are included. So you can see we don't have the Zimbabwe included. So there are so many countries that are lost. So let's see till where it has repeated properly. So till where it has taken the value. So you can see here Afghanistan is again repeating after New Zealand. So only till New Zealand we have the list. Now how many countries that would make? You can see here the count in the status bar shows 172. So I just wanted to tell you that there is a limitation on creating a custom list. In a list, it can hold only up to 172 items, not more than that. Okay. So even though it allows you to select more number of items to be provided, but it stores only 172 row items, not more than that. Okay, so you could be creating it for names or product names or services. As I told, any list for that matter, you could be creating it once and you can keep on using it in other files as well on your computer. Now, so then now we are trying to see how to use paste special. How should we use this paste special? Let me show you. There are various ways in which you can use these paste special options. Excel provides a huge number of options over here to paste the data, especially pasting, copy and pasting. So you all might have known how to just copy it, okay, and paste it by using Control V. So this is the usual way you paste. So some of you, if you are an extensive Excel user, you might be knowing even how to paste as values or formulas. So you might have learned these things as well. So I am speaking about all the options in Paste Special. So how they can be used. So where you can use it, in which scenario you can use it. We'll be discussing about that over here. Now, first of all, when you have to copy a data, you're going to first select it. Use Control C as the shortcut key to copy any data. And once you copy it, that becomes your source. So any data that you have copied is known as the source. Next, where you are going to paste, you are going to first choose the destination where you want to paste it. You'll select a cell. Then what option do you use? So what do you want to paste? So we use paste special. Alt E S is the shortcut key. So there are two shortcuts here. Control Alt V. So along with Control V, you will be holding Alt. That is one way you can get this window, or you could also be using Alt ES. One at a time, one key at a time you need to press. So then you'll get this paste special window. So now in your destination, what do you want to paste? So when you choose all is just like pasting everything using your Control V shortcut. It pastes everything that is copied. And this paste special works only for copy operation, not for cut operation. You should remember this as well. Now let me show you. If I paste as formulas, what happens? And you could be using these hotkeys as well. So hotkeys are the letters which have got underlined. Using your keyboard, you can navigate to the particular option that you want. Now let's say I would like to choose column width. I'll just type W here. It will take you there. Now I want to choose formulas. I'll press F. It will take me there. You don't have to memorize it. You just give open the paste special window. So any letter, any option you want to choose, see which letter is underlined there. You just press that letter, it will take you to that option. So this is a fast way of choosing the options. Okay, you could be using this as well. I go for formulas. Okay. So now, so the data which I have copied has got everything in it. Formulas, values, cell borders, cell color, font color, alignment, number format, everything. Now, the border, cell color, font color, all these are known as cell formats. Any beautification done to your cell is your cell format. Now, numbers have got formats. So you might have seen some dollar symbols, percentage, all these are known as number formats. Currently, we have used 1,000 separator in this sales column, 1,000 separator with two decimal values, and the price per unit has been reduced to two decimal values. So that is how your source data is visible. Now you look at the data where you have pasted it. There are no formats. Both cell formats and your number formats are removed. There is no 1,000 separator, no two decimal values. And you can see here the price per unit has got lengthier. Number of decimal values are more compared to your source. So when you paste as formulas, you should remember cells with formulas will be retained. So you can see formulas have been retained there. You can check in the formula bar. And all the other cells which doesn't have any formulas, whatever was present there as a constant value, the same thing will be displayed here. So that is paste as formulas. Now let me paste it as, suppose I'll copy this again. As long as you see this dotted line around your copied area, the source, you can keep on pasting it n number of times. Okay. So when you try to press escape or you try editing some cell, this copy selection will be removed. Okay, now I want to paste it as values. You see here, when you paste it as values, you don't get to see any formula in the cells. All are pasted as the values that is visible on the cells. Now let me go here. Again, let me paste as formats. I choose to paste formats. You can see only the formats part is pasted. Now I said there are three types. There are two types of formats, cell and number format. So both are given here. Now let me see. I'll give a value. You can see 1,000 separator is getting applied. I'll give some decimal value here. So even that is taken. So likewise, you can observe all both cell and number formats are pasted. So you can use this option to quickly apply formats on a similar kind of data. You want to give cell borders or you want the data to look in a particular way. If you have it already, you don't have to go and apply those formats from the scratch. You can just copy and paste as formats here. The next option, I have to copy it. Now let me show you how to paste all except borders. See, for all using source theme, you need to first have a different destination. If I paste it in the same area, you don't get to see much difference. I'll show you how to do that. Okay. So now all except borders. Just say okay. You can see all data is pasted except borders. But you can see here the column width is not the same as your source. It is more congested. It doesn't occupy the entire data that you have. But you look at your source data. It is well aligned with all the proper spacing, column width, everything. Now I would like to use this column width over here. So lot of times what happens when you copy and paste the data, the column width will not be passed down. You will have to paste it separately. So most of them they go manually adjust the columns. You don't have to do it. Just select the same cell where you pasted this data and again try pasting it as column width. So you have an option column width. Just click OK. You can see the column width is applied. So if you just paste the column width, only the column width will be adjusted. No data is pasted here. In order to see the change, you need to first have the data. And there is no way that you simultaneously paste both the values and the column width. You have to paste twice. There is no other go. Okay. Now let me paste as formulas and number formats. Now let me give this. See over here, we have pasted it as formulas before, but we have seen that the number formats were not given. You can see now formulas are retained. Even the number format is retained, but the cell formats are removed. Now same thing you can achieve for values and number formats as well. See, if I give this, it will paste as values, but the number formats are retained. That's the advantage of it. Okay. So these are the first set of your paste special options. So there was something I had to show you regarding all using the source theme. So you might have faced this difficulty. Let me show you an example. See, let's say I prepare a data of this type. Okay. Now this is in one of the themes, one of your office themes, let's say. Okay, I'll apply some change to it. I'll use a color just to change its appearance. Okay, now I have another file wherein I want to copy paste this. So here I'll go choose a different theme. So if you choose a different theme, you can see here the color palette, the fonts, the effects, everything will change here based on the theme you have selected. Now, suppose let me show you how exactly the data will look over here. So I'll type the same over here and let me show you. It uses a different font over here. Now if I copy this data and paste it over there, you can see the font, its color, everything is changing because the color palette would have changed here. Now suppose I want to retain the same format that was provided in the source data. I want to see the text in the same brown color. Let's say I'll copy this. I can paste it all using source theme. When you click on it, just say okay. You can see here all using source theme.
Got it.
So that is the advantage of this. So now you're able to understand it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just close it without saving. Now let me show you other options of this paste special. Let me take you to this one. Operations. So this is a lesser known fact to many of you. So let me explain where it can be used. So these operations option is used to perform very quick math operations like addition, multiplication, subtraction. So you could be doing it really quick without having to change your formula into values later. So these things you need not do if you know how to use this paste special option. Okay. So now suppose I want to calculate, let's say 15% of this forecast value, and say for actual I'll use, I want to add 100 to all the values in the actual column. I want to calculate 15% of the values present here. So how do you do usually? You'll just say equal to, you'll give a formula, so you'll multiply this along with this one. So that's how you get the value. Later you have to change it to copy and paste as values. So it's a long process. So you could do it really quick if you know this paste special trick. Now let me show you. You just have to copy the value with what you want to perform any operation. Now I want to multiply this 15% with all the values in the forecast column. So I'll first copy this 15%. Then you need to select all those values or cells where you want to multiply this 15%. I want all these numbers to get multiplied with 15%. So I have selected them. Now I'll go to paste special. So you have an option, multiply over here. See, it's an operation that we are performing. We'll select multiply, just say okay. But you can see even the formats are taken from this particular cell. So we don't want the format of the cells in the column to be affected. We only want the calculation to be performed. So let me undo it. Again, I'll say paste special. See, this time I'll choose formulas so that formats of these numbers are not going to be affected. Then I'll choose multiply and say okay. So now calculation is done. There are no formulas as well. It's a one-time calculation, and you don't see any change when you change the source data. So this doesn't get updated automatically. So when you have this one-time calculation to be performed, you will use this paste special option. It is really quick. Now let me show you how to add. I'll just copy this and select all those numbers to which I need to add 100. And I'll use paste special. Again, I'll go for formulas and click on add over here. Just say okay. You can see 100 more is added to every value over here. See, this is 54300, this is 54400. You can see that here. So you can perform all the basic math operation like subtraction, multiplication, division, and addition. Okay. So this is one of the options in paste special. Now let me show you how to use this paste skip blanks. So this is also a very beneficial one. Now you observe the data over here. On the left hand side, I have some old data wherein I have the product details. So when it was sold, in which month, who sold it, what is the units sold, and the sales generated by it. Now I want to update this data. I had some discrepancies. Let's say I want to update with some new values. I have given all those new values on the right hand side over here. So what I can do, if I just copy paste it right from this right hand side data, let's say what happens. See, when you paste it directly on this data, you can see even the blanks are getting pasted. See, I've left blanks wherever I don't want to update the values. That doesn't mean the values over here should not appear or it should be blank. So whatever old data is there, I don't want to replace it. So I don't have any replacement for it. So I've left blanks. But if I copy and paste it directly, this is the plight. So what we can do, use paste special. You have something known as skip blanks here. Choose this, just say okay. You can see here only cells which have data in it are pasted. Cells that are blank are skipped from the source. So from the source, these blanks are skipped and only cells with values are pasted. That's the option of this skip blanks. And you will be able to see any change by using skip blanks option only when you paste it on cells which already have data in it. See, suppose I use that on the right hand side, empty space. You will not find any difference because there is nothing else to uh, cover that blank space. So that's the reason you'll not find any difference if you paste it on a empty space. So it should be usually on data that is already present. We are trying to overwrite it. So then I can use the skip blanks option. Let me show you, there is another option known as transpose. So again, that is also really helpful one. Suppose I want to change the orientation of this data. And let me copy this. I want to see these two columns in rows now. Instead of columns, I would like to see them in rows. I can be using transpose over here. Just say okay. I'll expand the columns. See? You can change it vice versa as well. So data that is present in rows can also be put into columns. So you can use it these things. So use with all these things. So these are the paste special options available to us. So the next chapter that we are going to discuss is formatting cells, rows and columns. So again, we will be learning some set of shortcuts over here to quickly format the data. So if you can observe this data, it is an employee database, but it is in totally an improper way. So the data is correct, but there is no formatting, no proper alignment, no proper column width is given, and the data looks very congested. See, when you just pull out some data from a server or let's say website and paste it directly, this is how it looks. And if you don't format it, see, most of us we do this because we think formatting is time consuming, but not exactly if you know few shortcuts which will make your life definitely easier. And you could be doing it in very few seconds if you just master these shortcuts. And the best way to remember your shortcuts is to use it, guys. So even if I give you a whole lot of PDF with all the shortcuts in it, it's not going to help you unless you put it into use. Okay, so I'll be showing you how exactly to the format this data and change the view of it. Okay, how exactly to make it visually aesthetic just using few shortcuts. Just observe that. I'll first select the entire data. Now I would like to first adjust the columns here. So some of the columns are too big and some of them are very small. So we use Alt OCA. So there is a shortcut here, Alt OCA. I'll be sharing these shortcuts with you after the session when I share the material along with this. See, this is the shortcut I used, Alt OCA. See, this will allow you to auto fit the columns based on the largest data, the longest data present in that column. I selected the entire data and just gave this Alt OCA. It adjusted based on the data present in those columns. Now, that's not enough. Now, if I enter another longer data, again it's going to be congested. It's always better to give some buffer space, a little more than what is required. There is no harm to it. I'll just show you how to modify the column width really quick. See, I want to increase the width of this name column. I'll use Alt. O C W. Instead of A, we'll use W there. It will just give me a window to modify the column width. I'll just go here and change it to 25. Now I want to repeat the same action on this division column, department and manager. See, again, I don't have to go give Alt O C W and keep changing it. Since we have already done it on name, and I want to use the same width on division, department and manager, I'll just say Control Y. You all have used Control Z. It will undo your previous action. If I want to repeat the previous action, you should use Control Y. Just redo. It will just repeat it. I want to increase the width of department, manager and division. I just used Control Y. Now with employee number, I can't do that because I don't want it that wide. I'll change it again. Alt O C W. So this time I'm going to give 10 as the width for it. The same width I would like to give it for region. So I'll just say Control Y. So done with this, we are done with the column width. Same way, I want to adjust the row height as well. So you can see the data is lying very close to each other. I just want to increase the width of the rows so that the data has got some breathing space between that. So I'll just select it. Alt O R E is the shortcut key for increasing the row height. Alt O R E is the shortcut key. Now it is 12 currently. I'll just increase its height to 18, let's say. You can see there is more space between the rows now. Next, I would like to apply some border around this. So giving borders, colors, okay, you should use Control 1. Control 1 is a universal formatting key. So when you select cells and give Control 1, so you'll get a window for formatting cells. If you do the same with shape or chart, formatting window for that particular object will appear. Now I have given cells, so I have all options to format my cells. I'll go take this border. I'll first choose a color for my border. What color it should be. So you can just go here and choose it. I'll choose this, let's say light orange. And so you can see here there are two set of lines. One is thick lines and the other very thin lines. These thick lines have to be used only for the outline purpose. Don't use it for inside borders. It looks really unprofessional. So I am just telling you the standard way of formatting your data. Now let's go here. I'll choose this one for the outline. You can see the preview as well, how exactly it looks. So the outline is done. I will just choose one of these in the thin lines. I'll give that as inside border. Just say okay. So my borders are done. I'm just done with this. I'll select the headers. I want the headers to be highlighted. I'll again go back to Control 1. We have fill option here. I'll choose the same color that we gave for the border. See, max to max use two colors, not more than that. We are not expecting a rainbow here. Again, it looks really unprofessional if you use too many colors in your data. Okay, so to maintain it, max to max, use two colors, not more than that. So I'm using the same color that we gave for the border. So you can see here, it's done. Next thing is you have to always keep your column header center aligned. Select it, go to alignment group, click on it. It is center aligned now. So the headers are aligned. I also wanted to vertically align it in the middle. Let's say I'll just choose this. Next thing that I want to do is align the data that is present in the columns. The data looks pretty much good, but we still have scope to improve it. So you can see the data in the name column. It's very close to the border. It's very close to the border. I want to have some little space away from the border. Okay, so you don't have to type space here. Just select the column. You have something known as increase indent. Increase indent. Just click on that. It will give you a small amount of space just to make it look neat. I want to repeat the same on division, department, and manager. I'll just say Control Y just by selecting those columns. So why I gave an indent and not center line? See, for a data which is always changing its length, where the length of the data is not uniform, it's always better kept left aligned. It looks neat. But if you have some data like this, whose length is uniform in nature, then you can keep it center aligned. It looks good. See, even for the region column, you have uniform length throughout the column. So I'll give central line over here. So now we are done with the formatting part. So to explain it, I took some time. If it was really just to format it, we could have done it much faster. Okay, just to make sure you all understand it, I was explaining it to you one option after the other. So now you might have seen how exactly the formatting has an impact on your data. This looks really neat and readable now. So just few minutes ago, you saw some data which was really heavy and it was not at all in the good shape. So always applying formats to your data is utmost important so that the other person who is receiving the data can look at it in a proper way. If it is if it is in a readable manner, even they'll feel happy, okay, to work on it. So the other example is of the same. So I'll just share it with you to practice it. You can, I'll be sharing the unsolved version of this file. You can practice on the other table as well. So it's the same thing again. Okay. So that's it for the day then. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much.